I'm joined here with Linda Pajouel, who's got quite of an interesting story when it comes to where you started and then where you ended up with your investments. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Well, Linda, let's first get started off with your story. How did you get to where you are now?
Okay, so in terms of investing, so I had this business that I started in 2019, and the business was going well. I was making money, so I started thinking of how to invest the extra profits that I was making. So that set me on the path of looking for the kind of investments that I could do. I did a lot of searching, from like angel investing, stock investing, real estate, Airbnb. You know, I just tried a bunch of things, but eventually I discovered that stock investing was the one that stuck.
So you got the business kind of going. Is there a certain population that it's focused on?
Yes. The business we're into now, we focus on women, and specifically we are looking at women that have women before they give birth, right? Because when it comes to stock investing, for it to really make a meaningful difference in your life, you need to have invested, quite some amount of money. So when someone starts investing immediately, when it comes to motherhood, they may not be able to reap the benefits. So we want people to start way, way earlier before they even get into motherhood. That's why we're focusing on young women, millennials, Gen Z women.
What are you aiming to solve?
Thank you. Okay, so what is actually happening now is there is this thing I call silent procreation crisis that is going on in a lot of developed nations, right? Canada inclusive. And what is this about? It just means that the fertility rate is dropping. Fertility rate, layman terms, is just a way of saying how many children are women giving birth to, right? And what we are seeing now is that women are giving birth to lesser number of children than they should, especially when it comes to being able to replace. It's like, as humans, as adults, right? When we live here, we want our children to take over. If you think of, say, a spouse, like man and woman, right? So a family needs to be able to give birth to at least 2 children to replace them both. But what we see now is that women are giving birth to, on the average, 1 child. So that means we are currently below what we call replacement level, and Canada is facing this problem as well. We are at 1.3, while the replacement level is 2.1. So there's a lot of things that, for example, government is doing to solve this problem. You see people talk about extended maternity leave, child benefit, and all of this. These are great initiatives, but the problem is that even though these initiatives have been here for a long time, the fertility rate keep dropping. The question is why? Because in my opinion, they are not solving the root cause of the problem. The root cause is that a lot of women experience what I call motherhood-related income interruption, right? When they step into motherhood, this could be maybe because you are pregnant, you can't walk, or I myself, I faced that. That was actually what led to this, right? And when you are facing that motherhood financial insecurity steps in. So there are 2 ways. So it's affecting you. That's why you see that a lot of women, when they give birth to 1 child, it's more like, hey, where is the birth control? I need to stop this right now. But secondly, your friends are looking at you struggle, so they become afraid. They delay pregnancy even way more. So these are the root cause of the problem. So even though you are giving somebody aids to help them with the expenses of taking care of a child, rearing a child, it has not solved that inherent fear.
And this way you can kind of empower them to do that on their own and have that confidence.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Linda. This was wonderful, and I can't wait to read the book.
Yeah. Right. Thanks.